So are you ready to see silver drop below $20 per ounce for the first time in 2023? I think that it's actually possible this year. And as you guys know, I don't try and predict spot price, but I do believe that we could see silver drop back below $20 an ounce for the first time this year, very soon, and why that could be a very good thing if you are continuing to add to your stack. We are going to talk about all of that today in this video. Do me a favor though, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so yet and help us continue to grow the channel. Now, if you don't happen to remember, it wasn't very long ago that we had silver below $20 an ounce. You know, back in 2022, in the middle of the year, we had $18 an ounce, $19 an ounce silver, but the difference between today and back then is that we had huge premiums going on in the middle of 2022. How much you pay over spot for a 1 ounce silver eagle, we were looking at $17 to $20 an ounce over spot. Now, if you don't know what that means, if you're a new stacker, spot is what silver is trading for in the COMEX. The premium is how much you pay over that number. So for example, if silver's trading today for $20.70 and you pay $30.70 for a silver eagle, you paid a $10 premium. And back in the middle of last year, we had those sky high premiums like I just talked about. 1 ounce silver buffalo rounds, $6 over spot. Now, the difference between then and today is we have much lower premiums today. Now, silver is only trading for around $20.70 as I record this video, and you can get 1 ounce silver rounds below $3 an ounce over spot. You can get silver eagles below $10 an ounce over spot. So way lower premiums today than last year. So it's going to be a really good thing if you're continuing to add to your stack to see the spot price drop so long as the premiums don't go up. So I want to talk about what could drive premium prices up if the spot price continues to drop. But before we do, I will say that if you're a new customer to SD Bullion, if you've never ordered from them before, you could actually get silver at spot price today. In other words, no premium. I'm going to put a link down below. If you haven't checked that out yet, they have a silver at spot deal, 5 ounces of silver just at spot price. Go over there and check that out. Again, link in the description. And thank you to SD Bullion for sponsoring our channel. So what could spark the premiums to go back up? Well, quite simply, the spot price going down. If spot price goes down enough and the premiums remain low, we could run into a situation where physical demand spikes again. I've had coin dealers on this channel. I've talked to a lot of different people on this channel that have straight up said that yes, they are seeing the demand for physical silver is lower than it was 6 months ago. In other words, there are less people coming into the shops to buy physical silver for stacking, for investment, for hedging, whatever they buy it for. But if we see silver drop, under $20 an ounce to 19 or 18, and then people look at, well, okay, well, silver is $18 an ounce like it was last year, except for the difference between now and last year is that last year at $18 an ounce, you were paying $24 an ounce for a buffalo. In other words, a $6 premium. Last year, instead of $18 an ounce for an eagle, you were paying $38 an ounce for an eagle, or $36, or whatever the premium was. So if it gets back down to 18, and then people see that, all right, silver's back down to 18 and the premiums are lower, they're going to want to buy more physical silver, whether it's to hedge, whether it's to invest, if they just want to lower their cost average. And if you guys don't know what cost averaging is, I've done videos on it on the channel before. Make sure you check those out. But if we see those numbers drop, and we see that demand spike, we definitely could see the physical price premiums go back up. So what I'm trying to do now is I'm just trying to add to my stack on the way down before that happens. I'm not saying it's going to happen. We don't, not only do I not predict spot price on this channel, outside of telling you that I think it could be below 20, but I'm not going to get in here in front of the camera and say, oh, well, looking at the market trend and the history and the way it worked out this year, we're going to see silver do this, we don't do any of that here. I don't try and predict what it's going to do, but I will tell you that just looking at the trends, like I said at the beginning of this video, I do feel that we're going to see that happen. And I think what's going to happen is that as a result, we are going to see more people buying physical silver for stacking, and we could see those premiums go back up. So where is the balance, right? Like if silver gets to 19 and then the premiums go up to 5, that's $24 an ounce. You may as well buy it today at 23 and change because the premiums are lower. So what I'm trying to do, I guess, in the meantime, I'm not telling you what to do. This isn't financial advice, but what I'm trying to do is I'm just stacking now. I'm just adding to my stack where I can, buying more low premium physical silver for my stack. I'm mainly right now, the stuff that I'm adding to my personal stack are things like 10 ounce bars, kilo bars if you can afford them, and 1 ounce buffalo rounds, because those all seem to have the lowest premiums. And I'm trying to add, as much as I can to my stack that I can afford before we start to see that happen. Because I do worry that we're going to see that physical demand go back up. And even if it gets to 18, we're going to see $24 an ounce for a buffalo anyway. So it really is, it's like a teeter-totter. It's that balance of, all right, well, where's the physical price going to get to? In other words, the spot price. Where's the spot price of silver going to get to where the premiums are going to start to move back up, and it's not going to matter that it dropped. There is a point where silver could drop enough that no one wants to sell it at that price. I mean, if you remember going back to the first market crash of COVID, if you looked at it, I mean, it wasn't very long, right? But the spot price of silver dropped, like, I don't remember, don't quote me on this, like $13 an ounce or something crazy like that, something absolutely insane. Nobody was selling it. You couldn't go out and buy physical silver for $13 an ounce. It wasn't going to happen. You couldn't buy it for 15. You couldn't buy it for 13 plus 2, which is what the premiums were at the time. You couldn't buy it for 13 plus 3. You couldn't buy it for 13 plus 4. Nobody was selling their silver when silver dropped to $13 an ounce. So there is a point where you will have all the dealers pull their silver back if they can't replace it. So if we look at, and we're going to get into like kind of how this works with, coin shops that buy and sell, right? Most coin shops, a good coin shop would generally buy and sell on replacement. In other words, let's say I'm a coin shop and I have 2,000 ounces of silver, and my goal is to remain at 2,000 ounces of silver. But in the meantime, I need to buy and sell silver so that I can make profit, so I can pay myself, I can pay my rent, etc. All right. So if I bought all that 2,000 ounces of silver, if I bought all that silver at $25 an ounce, and now spot's at 20, and the premiums are 3, so I have to sell it for 23. I'm literally selling my silver at a loss. But so long as I can go out and replace it at the current market for lower than 23, I still end up with the same amount of silver plus the fiat currency difference, if you will. So if I sell it at 23, but my wholesaler is selling it to me at 21.50, I can sell 100 ounces, reorder that 100 ounces immediately, have the same amount of silver, and have $150 in my pocket. But if silver gets to a point where even the wholesalers are like, nah, we're not selling, now you have the local shops, you have even the online bullion dealers that aren't going to sell either because they can't replace it, and they're going to take a bath on that silver, and they're not going to take a bath on the silver, so they're going to pull it back. That's actually kind of what happened. If you think about the beginning of the silver squeeze, February 1st, 2021. Wow, I can't believe it's been 2 years. But February 2021, if you remember that, APMEX, for example, pulled all of its silver off the side. A lot of other online dealers followed suit. There was no silver available for purchase till the markets opened back up. And the reason for that is exactly what I just said. They didn't know what it was going to do. There was this huge run on physical silver. And, if APMEX would have sold, for example, the reason I say APMEX is because that's the company that I covered in that video, right? If APMEX would have sold out of all their silver, and then before the markets opened, before they could replace it from their vendors, the spot price skyrocketed, they would not be able to replace that silver for what they just sold it for, and they would have sold everything at a loss. And so you have to consider what's going to happen if the spot price drops to a point to where the wholesalers aren't willing to sell, the online vendors aren't willing to sell, the coin shops are going to pull themselves back. So where do the numbers be between spot price and premium for that to happen? Who knows? But I'm just saying that is something to be wary of as well. If we continue to see the premiums and the spot price drop to where the physical demand skyrockets once again. So I know I just kind of got off in a tangent, and maybe some of that was a little bit off course from what the original intent of this video was, but you kind of get my point where I was going with that, and I hope you learned a little bit about it as I was saying it. So I just want to thank you again so much for watching my channel, watching this video. Definitely appreciate you guys being here. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I'm going to put a video up here. It's about price discovery. It's about where I called around coin shops all over the US, and I tried to sell them $10,000 worth of gold eagles. You should hear what they had to say in that video. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next time. Have a good day.